Hello, besties. How are we all doing today? You might find this channel interesting if you're interested in studying abroad. So, if you're interested in studying abroad, you have plans of moving abroad to study, or you're already studying abroad and you want a channel that will keep you updated with what's happening in the student world. Of course, please feel free to watch this video to the end. And you can also subscribe to my channel because I upload every week. Yeah, happenings in the student community. Okay, so today I'm going to be discussing something really interesting. So many people have been asking me about, or I've had several cases of people who actually like finished, or maybe they completed their bachelor's or maybe their master's, and they are having issues with probably what next to do. Probably they cannot find a job. Some people cannot jump on digital normal visas. Like some people just have like issue, I don't want to say issues, but challenges with what to do next after graduation. Maybe they were not able to find a job and they're like, I don't want to go back to my home country. I need to do something. So the truth is that I understand this feeling because it's possible that you feel trapped with these things, especially if once your permit starts counting down, because you don't want to remain illegal or in the country, you don't want to remain illegal for you. So you want to look for something to jump on quickly to make your stay legal. So, and that is why in this video, I'll be sharing with you the things that you can do, the strategies that you can do to help you, that can help you buy more time in the country where you just graduated from. Okay, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that I'm encouraged to do more. Like my videos, you can add your comment if you have any questions, suggestion, feedback. Please don't hesitate to drop it in the comment section. Okay, so the first thing that I would advise you to do is if you're in a situation, there's no need to feel trapped. You need to sit down and organize yourself. What's the next thing? First thing, you have the options of enrolling in another academic degree. What I mean by this is probably you graduated, you just completed your bachelor's basically, and you cannot find a job that would sponsor your stay. You can actually enroll for your master's basically. And if it's, the master is probably you graduated from your master's and you cannot find a job or you cannot, for some reason, you're unable to jump on another permit and you're running out of time, you can also enroll for a PhD program. You can be lucky to get in. Don't say I'm not qualified, I don't have publications. It's really possible that you get in without the publication. There's no harm in trying. I used to say it's better you try and fail than you're not trying at all. So you can also enroll for another degree. So the strategy is like if you apply for a master's, for example, you finished bachelor's, you applied, or if you finished one master's, you can apply for a second master's basically in a related field or maybe a niche, something that you have been hoping to learn about or that you feel like it's going to help corroborate with the degree you already have. You can apply for a second master's basically. So I think I've also read that most EU countries like Germany and Finland grant you a brand new job seeker permit once you finish a second degree basically. Yeah. Then although you need to still show proof of funds. For Jam, you need blocked account. I've actually done a video about it before, about jamming and blocked account. Okay, so another thing you can do if you don't want to do the study route one, you can actually like pivot or fly on the strength of freelance or self-employed. You can be self-employed basically. So if probably you have a small business that you're already doing, like if you have few clients, even back home basically or even online, and you have a very solid business idea, you can switch from a job seeker permit to a self-employer or sorry self-employment permit. Basically, you can switch there, you can make that switch, or maybe a freelance permit if it applies in your country, the country where you are. So where this works best in Germany, Netherlands, and in Estonia. So you actually need a business plan for this. You need most times they will ask for a letter of intent, maybe two or three, from potential clients, basically, and prove that your business benefit the local economy where you are doing because they want to know that this business is not existing. The business is benefiting the country or the local economy. So if you can't get this permit, you can also try the digital nomad visas. Basically, these ones in Spain, in Portugal, in Greece, things like this, you can quite understand. Then this most times often require a minimum income. You need a minimum income basically, but actually allows you to stay legally while working remotely for non-local companies. Do you understand? Yeah, so that's another strategy that you can use. Then third is lower your standard. I will not advise that. The truth is that I understand that everybody wants to work in their field, the field that I studied in, the field that I graduated, I studied law, I want to become a lawyer. It's understandable. But in this case, just lower your standards and maybe find a job in another field, basically any job while on a job seeker permit. So while you're trying to while you still have like the spare time, try to find any job. It's not something that is related to your field. You will do what you want to do later. Just buy yourself time first. It's very important. You can take a non-qualified job. In fact, it could be in hospitality. If you study law, you can even work in the hospitality field. It could be in delivery, it could be in retail, just to keep that money coming. Because even if you want to apply for that, you will need money basically. So while you apply for the main roles, just take up something. Don't say I'm going to wait till I get the role that I studied in. It's not going to help you anywhere. So this also helps you to survive. You'll be able to provide for your needs. Yeah, then in the long run, you can find a job. Fortunately for you, if you're able to find a job that is able to provide you with this long term permit. Then the last thing is that you can apply for extension. The truth is that most times this should just be your last resort because most of the permits, like you remember the extent I told you that my previous video, my last video, I mentioned that some countries I already listed them, that they give 6 months, 9 months, 12 months after study, post study time and all. Most of those periods are not usually extendable. Very rare cases and very rare countries that they extend it. But it's very possible that you still, depending on what country, like if you watch my previous video, I mentioned some of them are renewable, some of them, but very few of them are actually renewable. So if the country where you are able to like extend it, if you submit a new application for a different visa type, example, the maybe the current one, you feel like okay, I have a job that at least probably you're in the company already hired you, but you are still in the process of doing the onboarding, things like that. You have not actually started the job. Basically, you can actually kind of extend that one and submit the details that you already have the job. Basically, you're already doing the onboarding, but they have not started paying you and things like that, just to apply for that visa. Yeah. So if you submit a new application, example in Germany, even for a different visa type, just days before your current one expires, you get a probationary document that keeps your stay legal while they process your request. So you have a document that actually you have at least the document that allows you to stay. Do you understand legally why your document is being processed during this time? So in very rare cases, like you can, if you have a pending job offer that is just waiting for a signature or maybe the immigration, you cannot actually ask for them to grant you an extension. Yeah. So depending on your situation, I think this thing is kind of case by case, but most times, sometimes I'll say most times the general rule apply basically. But yeah. So what I do not want you to forget is that overall, make sure that you never wait until the last day to say, okay, my permit is expiring today, for example. Then I say, and this is today that I want to start applying. Don't ever wait. Make sure that you always have at least 2 weeks before the expiry of your permit that you have submitted your application. You know, okay, I'm just waiting for them to respond, right? That's even like the lowest, the lowest I will advise. But if you know that it cannot, for some reason, it just has to be 2 weeks, just make it 2, but don't make it lower than 2 weeks, right? So that you do not outstay and they do not ban you from entering the entire Schengen area for years. I hope that this video helped you. If this video actually helped you, please make sure to subscribe, share this video with others, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Bye. Have a great day.